All right, Pisces. So I think for a lot of you, this is about getting away from old feelings of hoping that wherever you've been done wrong, that whoever is responsible for that gets what they put out. I don't necessarily feel like you're trying to take revenge on anybody. I think that, because of these two, it's talking about assistance coming through that's helping you like rise above it and move to a place where you're back in balance, right? Your thoughts, your emotions. But if you have been, like, for instance, looking at a person and going, I really hope that they get back to them what they put out because you feel like you've been done wrong by them, this is where you're coming out of that. But it's through assistance. And it could be somebody helping you to see things differently. Or just helping you to change your focus and getting out of that, they really did me wrong type feeling. All right, Pisces, your overall here is the Five of Swords, so yeah. I look at this as, a verbal fight or a verbal argument, but dealing with somebody who is purposely saying hurtful things. And typically when we're dealing with people like that, it's okay, I'm done with this. That's not even worth fighting. But it's because of this that everything else is going to be happening around you, is what I feel like. The Magician. So, in the past, if this is about you, this is about using what you have in order to bring something into being, something that you've been thinking about. It's the manifester. It's, manifestation. Manipulating reality, if I could talk right. Sorry. I don't think that it's about you manipulating anybody. I think it's more about how you have been trying to create something or manifest something, and you may have been blocked by another person. And it may be because they're just shitty and don't want to see you doing well. Obviously that's not going to be for all of you, but it's clearly about what you are trying to bring into your reality. The Ace of Swords, so truth and clarity being spoken. And you staying in a place of clarity, which is really good, speaking the truth. And also truth being revealed. And, if it's about somebody who is blocking you from creating what you want in your life, you see it clearly. It's like you understand it. Future conditions, the Page of Cups. So getting back to a place where I feel like it's not about you being emotionally naive and being manipulated. I don't think that that's what's happening here. I'm just looking at this as outside circumstances that is causing you to go through these motions. And it has to do with what you're wanting to create, being able to see things clearly, making the right choices, speaking from truth, and then moving into this place where there's the ability to communicate freely about how you feel. I don't think that you're being naive. You're being honest about how you feel. Now, this though too could be someone that you're dealing with that is wanting to kind of like explain why they may have said the things they said, but I don't know. I see the Knight of Cups more as the apology than the Page. Your best path to follow, the Ace of Pentacles. There are better opportunities and other things for you to be focusing on, especially if it comes to like creating a new beginning for yourself where there's more security. But this is, what is going to produce results in your material world. And this is where your focus needs to be on, a new beginning for you. I don't know, I feel like an outside situation may have been blocking you from that opportunity. And it's like, it's time for you to focus on that now. Especially with, you know, the Ace of Swords and clarity coming through. It's new. You know, and again, it kind of goes back to this idea with revenge where it's like you've been focusing on how you've been treated badly for too long. And it's like, yeah, I can create something else. I don't need to deal with this. But this is the catalyst, right? Oof, in your environment, the Seven of Swords, okay. And yeah, with the Magician being there in the past, it could definitely be about something being manipulated, right? But I don't know, I don't feel that way because I feel like this is you. This is what's around you, but you see it for what it is. Seven of Swords is sneaky. Sneaky, sketchy, low down shit. It's doing things on the down low. But with the Ace of Swords being there, all that shit kind of comes to light. And it may be kind of, you know, creating this situation where harsh things may be being said with the Five of Swords. And this may be what an argument is about. Now, besides all that though, if you have been talking about the things that you are planning to do, I think you're being quiet about it now. You know, if this is the action that's going on in your environment and it has to do with truth, it may be like understanding that maybe I shouldn't talk to this person about what I'm wanting to do. Because it's almost like the way that they see it and the way that they talk about it is harmful to you. But I like that you move back into the Page of Cups. Beginner's mind is always what comes up with that for me. Hopes and fears, the Ten of Pentacles, and again we're going back to this idea of you needing to focus on a new beginning for yourself where there is security and stability. But this is hoping that what you're working on is going to lead to this place of financial security too. I'm looking at this and I'm going, you know what, I'm just not going to talk about this anymore to possibly someone, and I'm just going to go ahead with, you know, how I'm thinking and feeling, and I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Creating a new opportunity and then it being financially really good for you. Because if you're hoping for this, that's what your goal is getting to that place, right? Financial security and stability that you can pass on though too, because legacy kind of comes up with that. But, you know, on the other side of it though too, some of you may be fearing that, you know, a situation or a person that you're dealing with could potentially sabotage it, right? You know, and of course there's also the self-sabotage, but I feel like this is separate circumstances that are creating this. And again, that may be where a leg up is coming through though too. It may be somebody coming through kind of like, you know, let's get away from this and focus on what's going to create a better situation for you. And then coming out the Four of Swords, rest, recovery, taking a break. You know, and with the Page of Cups too, it may be that the simplest advice may be the most emotionally fulfilling for you. But I feel like this is like communication or information coming through that's making you feel better about what you've been through and what you've been dealing with. Four of Swords here, Three of Pentacles. This one has been coming up so much. Justice. And then the Devil. Okay. And that may be why you're needing to kind of take a break here with the Four Swords. So, first of all, the Three of Pentacles, again, it's about what you are trying to create, what's something you may have been working on. Possibly for some of you, if this is about a business partnership, somebody may have been not very helpful at all. But I see you going back to this place and again, pulling on that ability to create it, to manifest it, right? Now, with Justice and the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Swords, yeah, so making a fair and balanced choice. It is about accountability and correcting actions. And somebody may be trying to do that with you. But I think that there's something else that you need to be concentrated on, because I'm seeing these pentacles in manifestation. When you're talking about the Magician, it is the law of correspondence. As above, so below. As within, so without. And the work and the effort that you're putting into that is what needs to be focused on. And you may have been doing this in the past, but it was blocked. But this is what you're hoping for, right? And this may be where you're needing to take a break in communication with somebody. They may be trying to make the situation right, but it's really about you needing to make the decision that's fair and balanced for you, because with the Devil, it's like, nah, right? The Devil typically is about focusing too much on the material and not enough on the spiritual. But I don't think that that's what we're looking at here. I think we're looking at these patterns, these negative patterns that keep pulling you down. And it's not choosing that anymore, not getting comfortable with shit that just isn't good for you. But I think that with the Four Swords, if you give yourself a break, you'll be able to see those negative patterns and you'll be able to break them because of Justice sitting there, right? I just see you moving basically into a place where you're done dealing with these kind of negative aspects, especially when it comes to people that you may have been collaborating with before. Wow, man, I'm getting too caught up in this. Heart chakra and surrender, and this is kind of where I'm going to the Page of Cups, and then communication, yeah. But clear and honest communication. It's almost like saying, look, I know what you're trying to do here, but you're going to do what's necessary for you to go back to this healing place. But there's something else that you need to be focused on. But be careful about falling back into those patterns. You guys will have to let me know on this. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. Beautiful. And then solitude and silence, peace prevails. And again, the Four Swords, right? Needing to take a break from communicating. But going back to the communication when you're able to, focus on heart-centered communication, right? And surrendering this need to control the situation or surrendering any kind of negative feelings that you have. But, when you give yourself a minute in silence to kind of see things for what they are, I think that's when this difficult situation is going to turn into a blessing.